Welcome to the Trill MBA Show, the career management podcast teaching Black women how to become unstoppable at work. I'm Felicia Ann Rose Anuha, aka the Trillist MBA, delivering the inspiring truth through strategies and tactics so you feel protected, confident, and ready to conquer your career. Hey guys, welcome back. We've been building our power step by step. First, getting out of our own way. Then breaking the rules strategically and showing up in a way that commands attention. Now it's time to talk about one of the most powerful long-term investments you can make in yourself. That's building a powerful brand. Now let's be clear. Your brand isn't just a logo or an Instagram aesthetic or filter. Your brand is what people say about you when you are not in the room. It's the story people tell about who you are, what you stand for, and why they should take you seriously. If you don't define your brand, someone else will define it for you. And I don't know about you, but I'm not about to let other people dictate my narrative. I'm going to drive my own narrative. So today, we're going to break down exactly how to craft and amplify a brand that makes people pay attention. And more importantly, one that opens doors for you. So let's get into it. I know you've heard this term over and over and over again. I'm with you. What is a personal brand and why does it even matter? Think about it like this. Your personal brand is equal to your reputation and your story. For example, when you look at someone like Tristan Walker, who started Walker & Co., who sold that company to P&G, people who don't just work hard, but also create an identity that made people take notice. So Tristan definitely curated his personal brand, and he told his story of why he created these skincare and hair care products for men. And he has been on the speaker circuit and he tells his story and he drives not just his brand, but the brand of the company he built. The other person, like I mentioned in the last episode 3 of this season about appearing powerful, is Bozeman St. John. She's another person who has driven her own narrative. And we see the result of that in public, right? So our key takeaway, if people don't associate your name with something specific, something meaningful, then you're forgettable. And forgettable people don't hold any power. So we're going to take a quick break because that's a lot to think about. But I want you, during the break, to think about, what do people associate with your name? What is your narrative? And if you don't know, that's a problem. So during the break, think about, what is it currently? And if you don't know, say you don't know, because we're going to work on it today. Okay? But tell me in the comments. Give me a couple words. Give me a short paragraph. Like, what do people associate with your name? When we get back from the break, we'll talk more about that. Hey guys. So we're just beginning the new season. We're off to a running start. but we have digital tools that accompany each episode to help you work through some of the tactics and strategies that you need to put into place so that you're thriving at work. So go to trillimba.com, and if you haven't already, sign up for our freebies, and you'll get access to not only these digital tools that go with these episodes, but you'll also get access to every digital tool I've ever created that's free to you to help you in your career. Now, let's get back to the show. Thank you for everybody who wrote in the comments what people associate with your name. And so whether you have the answer or whether you don't, it's okay. We're going to work through it now. How do we build a brand that stands out? How do you actually build a brand that people respect? So here's a 3-part formula. Number 1, you have to craft your narrative. If you want to call it a power narrative, call it that. But whatever you do, you need to take ownership of your narrative and you need to craft it. So your story should connect with who you are, what you've done, and what makes you different. I know a lot of people feel like, oh, I'm no different than anybody else. That's a lie. Human beings are like snowflakes. If you look microscopically at individual snowflakes, no one snowflake is like any other snowflake. But guess what? They're all snowflakes. So yes, while we are all human beings, each and every one of us carries unique qualities about us, our personality, the whole of us. And it is on you to understand what makes you unique, what makes you different. So back to our example, Tristan Walker, he built a brand around solving a problem he personally experienced, a lack of quality grooming products for Black men. So I want you to take a moment and pause this audio or video wherever you're listening or watching us. And I want you to write a 2 to 3 sentence power statement that sums up your story and strength. So we're going to take this pause right now. So pause. And I want you to write, and if you feel like sharing it with us, share it with us in the comments. What is your power statement? And I'm going to share mine in the comments as well. Okay, so you should have unpaused me. Now, the next step in building a powerful brand is to be seen in the right circles. What does that mean? And that sounds odd, right? But no, like you are the sum total of the people you hang out with. So are the people you hang out with powerful, or powerful to the extent that you guys can help each other move the needle and go further in your careers? If not, it's okay to keep your friends, but you need to think about expanding your circle. I'll give you an example. I have a really close, dear friend who is an expert at curating elevated events and travel experiences. She is amazing. She has this je ne sais quoi about putting together travel experiences that are lifetime experiences. And I've been fortunate enough to go on a couple of these trips that she planned and curated meticulously, right? And it was very detailed and very personal, and it meant something. She has a gift. Now, unfortunately for my friend, because it comes so easy to her, I think sometimes she doesn't see the power that she has in her gift. And so she hangs out with us when she needs to hang out with rich people who can pay for these luxury experiences that she's able to curate if you have the right budget. So I have encouraged her to expand her circle and meet more people with higher levels of discretionary income than what we have as clients, and to expand her friend circle to these types of people. This way, not only can she live in her gift and provide those services, but then she can also be connected and help people and give them a better life while making a better life for herself. It truly is a win-win. So I want you to think about, who are the people in your circle who are powerful or they appear to be powerful. And then I want you to make sure, if you haven't talked to them in a while, connect with them, see how they're doing, check in, figure out like, hey, what are some things you think I can be doing to appear more powerful and to amass more power in my sphere of influence, right? I want you to think about people you admire and people you'd like to get to know. They say no, whatever, no harm, no foul, but use that LinkedIn, okay? The other power move I want you to think about making is aligning yourself with high value people, organization, and projects at work, right? The influential ones and the leadership at work. And I want you to think about, how do I get on those projects and be in those rooms so that their status can rub off on you in the workplace. And I want you to break the rules to do this strategically, okay?
Okay.
The last thing that you need to do in this 3-part formula is that you need to be consistent and own your narrative. So once you've written your power statement, now when you connect with people, you start to use those high-level points of your power statement in talking about what you want to do and connecting with people. And when people ask you who you are, you tell them. Tell people who you are using your power statement. And if you don't tell your story, best believe someone else will make up a story and tell it for you. So some examples are social media, thought leadership, public speaking. Those are all tools at your disposal to start to share your power statement and your story, and for you to drive your own narrative. So if you're not on LinkedIn and you're not showing up as a thought leader, or you're not using social media tools, and you're not doing any public speaking, and you're just not showing up in the world, I want you to think through the repercussions of that. I know a lot of people say, well, everybody don't have to do that, Felicia, blah, blah, blah. You're right. Everybody don't. But I'm here to tell you, I'm tired of getting laid off, okay? I'm tired of wondering, like, how much control does this job have over my life? I want to put myself in a position where I have control over my career moves, and I'm not at the mercy of these hiring managers hoping somebody gives me a shot when these companies are laying people off left and right. When you have amassed power, you are plugged in to these networks and into people who are decision makers, and that they can give you opportunities just because they know you. And so if one job ain't treating you right, you can quickly get to the next one because you've amassed this power and influence in your life. So I want you to really think through any resistance that's coming up for you about putting yourself out there and creating your own brand and how you're showing up in the world. Because you putting your head down, I just want to do my job, I want to go home, that's great when somebody else allows you to do that. But what happens when somebody says, oh, we don't need you anymore? Then what you gonna do? Exactly. Don't leave this up to chance. Do the work now so that you can protect yourself. That's what amassing power for us is really all about. So now, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the real world application, and we're going to get out of here because we ain't trying to be here all day. when we get back from the break. Hey guys, I am so excited that you are here watching this series on power. Please share this with your friends. This information is so crucial to you having a career that brings you peace and joy and ease in life. It truly is a game changer to gain and use power in your career management strategy. So follow along. These next episodes are all about Dr. Pfeffer's book, The 7 Rules of Power. You don't want to miss it. I have digital guides. Go to TrillMBA.com and sign up for our freebies. And there you will find all of the resources I've created over the years and the digital guides that go along with these episodes. Now let's get back to the show. So let's talk about, okay, how do we do this? So we have a little framework going, right? That's what we just talked about. But now, what does this look like in the real world? And I want you to think about some Black women who have built a strong brand, right? Because, baby, it's some amazing people out here. And I know you might look at some of these people and think, oh, well, they have resources and they have this and they have that. Honey, they didn't always have that, okay? They started out just like you did. They went to college, graduated, started working, child. These are all choices. Once you have this information, you can't blame nobody but yourself, okay? So, who's somebody you admire? And write in the comments who that person is. Who do you feel like has built a strong brand? I want some examples. And the reason why I want those examples is because I'm going to be trying to get them to come on the show. So basically, if there's somebody you want to come on the show, you want to have this conversation and give their perspective and their tips and tricks and tactics on how to amass power, this is the person that you want me to talk to, put that in the comments. Please, please, please. Thank you. And then we're going to work to have these discussions over this season about the different things that we can do and how to tackle the different situations that may arise at work. And so that we show up in our power and we are working to gain that power and that influence. Again, so we have more decision-making power over our own lives. Now, what are some of the things that you can do immediately now that you've crafted your power statement? One thing you need to do, send that to your besties, send that to your board of directors, send that to the people who you trust and say, does this sound like me? This is where I'm trying to go. Does this make sense? Are there any other words you would use to describe me? And listen, because sometimes we can't see ourselves. Sometimes we have blind spots. And so it's good to craft this personal brand statement and put it out there. And I also then, once you have some eyeballs on it and you feel good about it, I want you to update your LinkedIn. I want you to think through how you're going to show up on social media if you are currently on social media. I want you to think through how you're going to show up at work in this new branding that you have articulated and intentionally crafted for yourself. Okay? So now listen, powerful brands don't happen by accident. This is very intentional work we are doing here. They happen because someone decides to own their own narrative and they make people pay attention, which means they don't shrink. They sit up straight and stand in their full glory. Okay? So this week, I want you to start crafting your power brand. This is very important and it's foundational to amassing power. Okay? So now, next steps. Get the worksheet that accompanies this episode. You can go to TrillMBA.com, sign up for our freebies, and you'll get access to not just the worksheets that are going to accompany this series, But workbooks and tools and videos and extra help guides that I've created over these last 9 seasons of the show, and they're all free to you. You just have to sign up to get them. And then I want you to join me later this week live on YouTube, where I will host a live Q&A session where we'll break this down even further and you just bring your questions. So once you sign up, you will get an email that gives you the date and the time to when we're going to hold that live Q&A for this episode. And it'll be sometime during the week, like a Wednesday or Thursday evening. So what's up next? Rule number 5, network relentlessly. But until next week, keep it trill. Well, guys, that's a wrap on another great episode of the Career Management Podcast for Black women. Yes, girl, this show is just for you. We're here to tell you how to play that chessboard at work, girl. So subscribe, comment, like, follow us on social media at Trill MBA Show. Listen, every time you tell one of your friends, you share this information, you share this podcast, it helps us to grow and make even more dope content just for you, unapologetically. That's why we're here. Now, if you are facing a workplace dilemma, such as a performance improvement plan, or you're not able to secure your promotion and raise that you have worked for and you have deserved, basically, if these people are playing in your face, we are here to help. Go to trillmba.com/coaching to schedule a one-time one-on-one call to workshop your specific dilemma with me. Or schedule a consult to get more information about the consulting packages that I do offer on a longer term basis. As always, you can reach out to us with your listener letters and your questions at trillmba.com. Until next time, guys, focus on your best possible outcome. Ask for help when you need it. Please, please, please ask for help. And as always, keep it trill. I'll see y'all next week.